Hello all, and welcome back to another exciting edition of Formula Worldwide Leagues presents the Wednesday Throwdown F1 Series. After a rainy weekend in Belgium, we travel to Austria where we hope for dry conditions and some clean, hot racing around one of the shortest circuits on the calendar. A track featuring only 10 turns, opened in 1996, the first Grand Prix held later that year, won by Jacques Villeneuve, and has since been a staple on the calendar. Two DRS zones on this track, one following the first corner being the longest straight on the track, and then one being the second straight on the track coming out of turn 2. We'll look to see a lot of overtakes being made into turn number 4. Leading into Sector 2 and Sector 3, which is a tight, windy bit of the circuit. Won't see a lot of overtakes happening there. And then the DRS drone down the front straight. Lap times around this track in qualifying spec should be looking to be around a 104 or 105. We will see what of the drivers today. As I am your host, once again, Curtis Kaos here, bringing you Wednesday Throwdown F1 action here around the Red Bull Ring. Will we see the Red Bull of TV1 Manners, Z-Manners making up for poor performances from last week around their home track? Will we see someone like Prem, who was really struggling right off the line in Belgium? Will we see him have better results this week? Only time will tell, as the first cars are about to come onto the circuit. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to more Formula Worldwide Leagues action around the Red Bull Ring, as I have to get everything all set up on my end. And we are ready to watch some racing. Let's hop on board with the Ferrari of Kaos Corrupted, first man on the track, and he seems to be doing just a quick test me lap on a set of intermediates. You'll probably see him jump right back into the pits following his outlap, as the intermediates in what seems to be dry conditions should not put up a representative time. But again, we will see, we will find out, and we will then hopefully soon see some hot laps with the Mercedes of King Hamilton following close behind Kaos Corrupted. We will hop on board with him as he will be the first man to make a hot lap around the track. What is going on here in Sector 3? Never mind, we are going to see an AlphaTauri. That is most likely Murex. Yes, it is. That is Murex. He will be the first one on a lap. Let's hop on board and ride on car with the former Friday Night Lights driver known as Giovanni, now known as Murex, as he goes to the first DRS straight. Easy flat coming out of turn 1, and trying to maintain as much speed as possible. Now into the tight and very challenging hairpin. We'll see, most likely see a lot of lockups, a lot of cars going wide coming through that section of the track. Very common there to go deep, which is a great place to utilize that runoff area, as I don't know why I just moved off of him. I'm pressing buttons that I didn't even realize I'm pressing. As it's so far been a pretty tidy lap from our first car on track. We'll see what kind of a time he's able to put up, and then comparatively what the drivers behind him are going to be able to do. Murex has had some good performances this season so far, looking to just make that bit of a jump to try and contest the front runners. As he comes to the final corner, pretty tidy, opens that rear wing, and he's going to come across the line and set the bar at a 105.117. King Hamilton comes across the line next with a 106.181. Hop on board now with one of my teammates, Van Bombadil, in the beautiful papaya orange McLaren, as he is finishing up his first lap. Or starting his first lap, my apologies. As it should be a quite exciting race. Very short track, very tight, very close together. We'll see the pack most likely bunched up, barring some cars due to incidents. So we'll see what kind of action we're going to get here as more times have come in on the table. Legacy Games puts his Aston Martin provisionally on the front row with a 105.3. Junior Correa with a 105.7 on the medium tire, so he's still got some pace in that lap. Z-Manners with a fuel burn lap, hopefully, with a 116.7. And as of right now, those are the only times we've added on to the grid. A few more cars coming around to finish laps. Let's hop on board with the Red Bull of TV1 man, as he's had some issues coming out of the past couple weeks with penalties he's been given. Z-Manners comes across the line with the fastest lap so far of qualifying with a 104.850. As his teammate TV1 man goes flying past him. TV1 man looking to have a better race this weekend than he did before, and TV1 man has actually invalidated not only this lap, but his last lap as well, as he has left the session. Don't know what's going on there. We'll hop on board now with Silencer. Silencer was our winner last time out. I believe he was our winner last time out. Let me pull up the stats and double check myself, if my phone would like to actually load. So no, around Spa, KDM X DKZ was our winner in the Alpine, with Silencer close behind after some late safety car shenanigans. Silencer came across the line and set a 105.741, puts him provisionally in 5th place. Let's ride along here. That's not what I want to hear. I don't like hearing that. We love when the cars just sit there on the limiter. Thank you, F123. Absolutely beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. As we take a look at the standings so far in the Wednesday Throwdown F1 series, Silencer is the championship leader, 18 points ahead of KDM. Bukowski close behind KDM in 3rd with 36 points. Bucky Blitz in the Alpine, 1 point behind Bukowski in 4th. And Marzi rounding out the top 5, very close behind Bucky. So we'll see if these 5 are able to put up a good fight amongst each other. As so far as it stands, Silencer is actually quite separated from the rest of these drivers. Silencer are going to be looking to have another good race so far. His Haas is in P6 as it stands. Not the best first lap from him, as we see Z-Manner set the fastest first lap time with a 104.8. So there's a lot of time left in a lot of these laps, and we'll see what these drivers are going to be able to put out. As we might have some interesting developments coming up. I will keep you aware of those as I receive the information of a possible driver who might be joining in on the action here on the Wednesday Throwdown F1 series. Hop on board now with the Ferrari of Chaos Corrupted as he goes through turn 3, really trying to maximize the amount of speed you can carry through that corner, just because of how long this straight is. You can see that little yellow dot on your map being the speed trap around this circuit. It's vital to be able to carry as much minimum speed as you can through that hairpin, just to be able to keep the lap tidy and keep it just quick overall. As we see Chaos Corrupted 10th, last of the drivers to put up any amount of time, and he's invalidated again. He's invalidated his lap, so that's going to be another set of the soft tires just by the wayside, and that is quite unfortunate here for Chaos Corrupted, as he's in last of the cars that have set a lap time so far, as Marzi comes across the line to set P5 with a 105.420. Hop on board now with the Williams of Kaos Corrupted, who has also invalidated his lap. Hopefully that's just an out lap, or at least a fuel burn lap. Be unfortunate to see that that was a push lap that he invalidated, as we've already seen a bunch of invalidations so far. From what I can remember, Junior Correa either invalidated a lap or invalidated his out lap. We saw Kaos Corrupted, TV1 Man, and I believe there was one more who we saw invalidate one of their laps. So we're going to be hoping these drivers can tidy it up, and we're looking to not see a whole lot of 3-second penalties throughout the race. As with how close things can get on this track, one 3-second penalty could take you from being at the front of the field to dropping multiple places, depending on how many you get. Speaking from personal experience, I was running in P11 at the end of the race on Friday, and with drivers that had penalties in front of me, I ended up finishing the race in P3. A Silencer comes across the line and improves to a 104.989, just 1/10 behind Z-Manners on provisional pole as it stands. Junior Correa came across the line and set a 105.046, moves his Williams into third. Right on board as we see Murex trying to dance his car around, keep it out of the wall, as that's on the front straights. That's going to take him a while to get back around the circuit. Unfortunate to him, Scarthers was able to improve. KDM puts his Alpine on the front row, just 3/100ths of a second behind Z-Manners with a 104.877. Good lap from him so far. As we can see, the timing screen is starting to light up. These drivers all close together. One little mistake could be the difference between P3 and P10. As Prem comes across the line, sets a 105.001. Haas right now have a lockout on the second row. So we'll see if it stands as this. We'll see if they'll be able to work together and have the best possible start, as we have a bit of a traffic jam here coming out of turn number 3. That is an Alpine on the inside line. Scarthers is on a push lap as we're riding on board here with him going into turn number 4. Very easy to lock up the rears in the downhill braking zone, but he's able to hold it nice and tidy and really got to maintain a whole lot of minimum speed, as we see an Aston Martin deep into the gravel off over there. That is going to be Legacy. So that lap is ruined for Legacy, but Scarthers is holding his lap together pretty nicely, and he's gonna back out of it. So he had already completed his push lap. We saw Legacy in the grass, so unfortunate for him. Bucky Blitz on his out lap. Somebody jumped up the timing table. I didn't see who. As Marzi is about to begin a lap of his own, so we will see what he's able to do. Currently down in P10. Kaos Corrupted jumps up to P6 with a 105, actually the exact same time as Junior Correa with a 105.046. Bucky Blitz in 7th, just 1.5 of a second behind the two of those on the third row, and there's a lot of people backing out of laps. Almost wonder if anything might be going on with these drivers on a personal end, or if there's some kind of equipment issues we might be experiencing. As we were on board with Marzi, he didn't invalidate. He didn't lose the car or anything, and he just bailed on a lap through the DRS zone. King Hamilton on an out lap now, currently P13 in the Mercedes. So we will see what he's going to be able to put up. Toto's really going to be looking for a little bit of a better performance than that. King Hamilton will be the next on a lap, so we will ride on board here with him as TV1 Man, one of 2 drivers who have yet to set a time. He's coming out for another lap. 4.5 minutes left to go in the session. King Hamilton goes a little wide and invalidates his out lap, but he was able to save it enough that it's not going to invalidate his push lap. So we'll ride along here with him as he goes a little wide in turn 1, able to keep the car stable. kept the minimum speed up pretty well. We'll see what he's going to be able to do. As he goes into turn 3, keeps it nice and tidy through the hairpin. Maybe a little slow, but rather keep it safe than sorry. Because you miss 1 meter in your braking zone, and that is going to be the end of your lap, as you've just gone extremely deep. But he's able to hold it together quite nicely. Going through the tight section of the track. Really got to maintain a good amount of minimum speed here through turns 6, 7, and 8, leading up into the long straight into turn 9, and King Hamilton unfortunately has invalidated his lap. Unfortunate for him, his Mercedes is currently going to stay in P13 as we hop on board here with the TV1 man. If you paid attention to the track map in the bottom right corner of our screen, he set a purple Sector 1. Could be just for him, but if it was a purple Sector 1, TV1 man could be up and looking for pole position. As I say, that SRT silencer goes across the line with a 104.530, putting his Haas on provisional pole. Junior Correa also jumps up to P2 with a 104.6. Z-Manor's coming out for a lap, and he had a pretty comfortable lead at the top of the timing table. We'll see what time he's going to be able to throw in here on another fresh set of soft tires. His TV1 man, he invalidated his lap on the last corner. Oh my goodness, this 2 weekends in a row TV1 man has struggled just to put a time up in qualifying. Will he have enough time to go bolt on a new set of the soft tires and get out for another lap? I don't think so. As we will ride on board with his Red Bull teammate Z-Manners, currently running P3, was in provisional pole. And this is not a representative lap, as we see him weaving all across the track, dancing that car around. And we'll ride on board with Scarthers, as he is missing a front wing. I wonder how that happened. Interesting. Right on board with Legacy, going through turn number 3 here. About to get the rear wing open. Get the second DRS straight going. Never mind. No, he's not. Everybody I hop on board with either isn't on a push lap or has damage from their push lap. My timing is just fantastic with who's on a push lap, who isn't, and who's already crashed. Crazy Carter coming through the final sector. He's invalidated his lap. But he's got the fuel. He's got the ERS, so he's just going to say, you know what, let's do this again. And he's just going to flat out push on this lap as Von Beetle behind him in the McLaren, also on a push lap, as we have a gaggle of cars going into turn number 3. Very close together. That looks like it's the 2 Alpines and a Haas. Hopefully they're able to separate and give each other a good amount of run time, and nobody's going to block Crazy Carter or the McLaren of Von Beetle. Let's see what happened. These two drivers are running very close together on their push laps, as Murex comes across the line to go P5 with a 104.905, putting his AlphaTauri on the 3rd row. Scarthers has decided that he's comfortable with where he is, and he's going to be pushing from P9 at the absolute best. Silencer is happy with his lap, as he's not going to have time to get back out for another one. He will be sitting on provisional pole with 30 seconds left in the session. We're riding on board here with Crazy Carter on his final push lap of the session. Excuse me. Going through turns 9 and 10, very easy to invalidate either on the inside or the outside. Is he going to? No, he's not. He's going to park it through the final corner, come across the line, and it's going to be, he's not going to improve. And neither will Von Beetle. We'll hop on board now with one of the Red Bulls of Z-Manners as he comes through the final corner. His lap's been invalidated, but he's saved up enough battery to be able to push again. TV1 man, his teammate, sets a time, but it's currently last. Ellie not going to be able to set a time at all in the session. Didn't he? I don't even think she came out for a lap. So it's, wonder if maybe she's having some issues or what's going on there. But we're riding on board now with TV1 man, looking to put a more competitive time on the board. He currently is sitting in P15 with a 108.9, 2.5 seconds off the position in front of him, as Marzi's done in the session. He's going to be starting P11 at best. King Hamilton, P13 at best, as Bucky Blitz comes across the line with a 104.713, putting his Alpine on the 2nd row in P3, right ahead of Z-Manners, running and charging right behind TV1 man. Prem comes across the line with a 104.931, puts his Haas in 7th. But what of TB1 Man? Is he going to be able to hold it through the final sector? Is he going to invalidate? No, he's not. This might be the lap. He comes across the line, and it's going to be P9. P9 for TB1 Man with a 105.114. His teammate Z-Manners can improve. He does improve. He stays P3. Kaos Corrupted in P4 with a 104.694. Just half a tenth behind Z-Manners on the second row, and that is going to be it for qualifying. So Silencer is gonna take pole ahead. Oh, let me pull up the grid order one more time. Silencer will take pole ahead of Junior Correa. The two separated by just half a tenth of a second. Z-Manners and Kaos Corrupted make up the second row, separated by, again, half a tenth of a second. The third row being to the two Alpines. Bucky Blitz getting the better of KDM this time around. The two separated by a tenth and a half. Very close from P1 all the way down to P9. Separated by just over 7/10 of a second. So we had a quite close qualifying here. And we're looking forward to some exhilarating and breathtaking racing action here around the Red Bull Ring. I'm going to give my voice a break for one quick moment. When I come back, we'll be ready for action here in Austria. Stay with us. As we return here in Austria at the Red Bull Ring, we are just moments away from getting some hot racing action going here in Spielberg. One of the more exciting tracks to race around in the F1 calendar. Tight wheel-to-wheel action. One of the shortest tracks, if not the shortest track on the calendar in terms of lap time. I believe the only one close to it really might be Monaco. But this track, different from Monaco being a short track, we'll actually see some racing here as Monaco is just way too tight in a lot of sections to put two cars next to each other. As we await the drivers to be ready on the grid with their setups and their strategies. We take a brief look into the past in Formula Worldwide Leagues land. My apologies. Can't get the name wrong this many times in one session. But then again, I keep doing that every time because I continuously forget that we have changed our name to the Formula Worldwide Leagues with the soon-to-be started EU division. Should see some exciting racing action over there from our friends across the pond. So we'll take a quick look at the grid order one more time, see if there's any standouts. Dragons, unfortunately, after having a good race last weekend, having to start in P16, not being able to set a qualifying lap due to serving his qualifying ban. This time around, Ellie being the only car behind him, as she wasn't able to set a lap either. Hopefully everything's working on her end and she's able to get it all figured out. Joining Dragons on the 8th row is Crazy Carter in the Williams. Next row up, King Hamilton's Mercedes alongside the McLaren of Van Bombadil. Rounding out the 6th row, the AlphaTauri of Marzi, hopefully looking to make up some places off the start. Next to the Aston of Legacy Games. Getting into the top 10, we have Scarthers and TV1 Man. TV1 Man wasn't able to actually get a lap on the board until his last push lap, so we don't know what may have been of his qualifying, but for what we saw, he's able to put it in P9. Prem in the Haas starts in P8. Good lap from him. Murex also formerly known as Joe Bond 91, his AlphaTauri in 7th. The two Alpines on the third row, KDM getting the worst of Bucky Blitz just by a tenth and a half, so very close pace out of the two Alpines. On the second row, the Ferrari of Chaos Corrupted and the Red Bull of Z-Manners. We've seen these two teams battling it out on the front row before, but this time it's going to be on the second row. And then on the front row, the other Williams of Junior Correa, and on pole, the Haas of SRT Silencer. Once again, I believe that is his second pole on the year. So we've seen some great pace out of the Haas. As we get ready to go for the formation lap, let's take a look at the tires that these drivers will be running for the race. The front six all starting on mediums. Murex, Scarthers, and Ellie being the only drivers actually to start on the hard compound tires. The rest of the grid starting on the mediums. I'm kind of surprised we're not seeing anybody take a gamble on the soft tires, as Crazy Carter's been disqualified on the formation lap. It almost looks like he never got going. So hopefully everything's working on his end, as we don't want to see any more safety cars or virtual safety cars before we even get into turn 1, as we did in Spa with a massive crash between Jim Cab's Ferrari, Prem's Haas, and TV1 Man's Red Bull last week in Spa. We shouldn't see much like that, but I do have a feeling we're going to be seeing some carbon fiber flying off some of these cars as we go into turn 1. Very heavy braking zone right off the start. Tires are going to be cold. Brakes not going to be happy. So we're going to be hoping that these drivers can get their cars up to temperature, at least enough to be able to cleanly get through turn 1, maybe make up a couple places if somebody gets a bad start. And we can get hot racing action right off the start as Silencer's deciding to take a quick trip through the grass. As the possible race strategies on your screen now, powered by AWS. The mediums lasting until about lap 15 to lap 20 is when we'll be seeing those drivers come into box for a new set of the hard tires. They showed the two-stop strategy for the soft, medium, but nobody's starting on the soft. Unless they're doing a two-stop in reverse, going with medium, soft, we won't be seeing any of that. The hard tires should last until around lap 22 before we see anybody pit. But who knows, maybe we'll see some drivers go for the undercut. We may see a lot of interesting strategies here as Silencer has disqualified. That's going to put him in the back of his starting box. Not what you want to see for the pole sitter. As the rest of the grid forms up now, we await the lights ahead of the drivers. Is Junior Correa driving off into the sunset? Yes, he is. My goodness, what is going on? What is going on here in the lobby right now? As we are going to most definitely be getting a restart, as the lobby is completely broken with there's still being bugs with the safety car. So that is a bit of a my bad on that one. It worked earlier this week, so we put the formation lap back on, and obviously it is broken once again. Thank you, EA, for making such a fantastic game. Absolutely beautiful that we can't even get a formation lap done correctly. as we will get everybody back into the lobby now. Invite everybody that I have on my friends list. Let's get them back in here and let's get them going again. Everything should be right, but let's double check it just to be sure. Oh, damn it. Seems as though everything is correct. If you are just joining us, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Formula Worldwide Leagues presents the Wednesday Throwdown F1 series, as we are currently in a bit of a delay getting the lobby reopened again. The formation lap, turns out, is not fixed. It had worked earlier this week, and we had no issues, and we get into the race today, and all hell breaks loose. And I will return in just a moment before we get into the action. Excuse me. need to move people. Z-Manners, P3. Chaos Corrupted, P4. Bucky Blitz, P5. DM, P6. Murex, P7. Prem, P8. TV1 Man, P9. Scarthers, P10. Legacy, P11. Marzi, P12. Bombadil, P13. King Hamilton, 14. Crazy Carter, 15. Dragon, 16. Ellie, 17. And our surprise driver of the day, the FNL commentator himself, the Donut Puncher 272, joining us on the grid today to join in on the hot racing action, whereas normally he's the one in my seat screaming and yelling about the hot racing action. So exciting to see what the Donut Puncher is going to be able to do on the racetrack today. I actually have not seen him drive in this game yet, so this will be quite exciting to see. Double check my grid one more time just to ensure I have it fully correct. Manners, Chaos, Bucky, KDM, Murex, Prem, TV1 Man, Scarthers, Legacy, Marzi, Bombadil, King Hamilton, Crazy Carter, Dragons, Ellie, and Donut. Okay, so the grid is correct. Grid is correct. Formation lap is off. As we are loading back into the lobby now, we are excited to bring you some hot racing action around the Red Bull Ring. It's not Baja Blast. It's Mint Menthol, thank you. Gotta prepare myself for this hot racing action we're about to see. I can't wait to see all the incidents in turn one and then watch the incident report pile up after the race. As we are back on the grid once again, no formation lap, no funny business. We're just going to be jumping right into the action today. And hopefully there is no more issues with the lobby and no more issues. Thank you, EA. So we're hoping for that, and hopefully Prem is able to join back quickly, as I am unable to invite him from this screen. So we anxiously await his return, as an AI car in that position on the track is quite awkward. Yes, I cannot access my pause menu, so I am unable to re-invite Prem, unfortunately. Hopefully he's able to find his way back in. And quickly. There we go. And Prem is back in, so he will be able to get his setup. Hopefully get his setup. If not, that is unfortunate for him, as he's going to be driving with default setup. And as someone who's done this in a league race, who had to edit his setup during the race because he got a default setup, it's not fun to try and go from the default setup to whatever your setup was or close to it. So hopefully he's able to figure that out quickly, as he is starting in, I believe it was P7. No, P8. So on the fourth row of the grid, starting without a setup, especially around a track like Austria, that's going to be quite interesting, as the default setups are very, very understeer heavy. Very difficult to really punch on the brakes and get the same results as you would from your own custom-made setup. So we'll see if Prem is able to figure it out as the race goes on, as we anxiously await the start of the Austrian Grand Prix here around the Red Bull Ring. Everyone just ensuring their setups are correct. They've got the tire strategy they want. And they're going to be ready to go racing here momentarily. As we wait a brief moment to figure out what is going to be going on here with Prem, as he's unable to take control of his car at this point. He should be able to take control of his car once the lights go out. As we get the final moments of calm before the storm, the calm before the lights go out, and we go racing around the Red Bull Ring. 36 laps of action in just a few moments' time. As the final messages have been sent, the green flags will soon be waving here in Austria. As the final timer kicks down, we get to the lights. We go from a rainy weekend in Belgium to the bright sun here in Austria. It's 5 lights on ahead of the drivers, and it's foot to the floor and jump started, its foot to the floor, and fly away! Here in Austria, and Junior Correa already gets the jump on silencer going into turn 1. Bucky Blitz jump at the start, he's gonna have to serve a drive-through. As we got action already, Z-Manners and Kaos Corrupted going next to each other. TV1 Man jumping up into 7th place, dropping down to the 8th side, battling against Scarthers. And so far, we don't have any yellows, as the McLaren of Valvaldi and Team Marzi are going next to each other, going into turn number 3. As we have action here at the back, we saw a spin. Who was that? That was the AlphaTauri of Murex, and his race is gone from bad to worse at the start We don't have a safety car as of yet. But as it stands, Junior Correa leads ahead of Silencer, Z-Manners, and then Kaos Corrupted. Skarter's following closely behind the rear wing of that Ferrari. KDM in 7th got a bad start as him and his teammate were running on the 3rd row. The two Astons running pretty well. Dragons, who started in P17, already up into P9, so good start from him. Let's take a look now at the tires that these drivers are running on. Get all of my data and everything up on the screen as we like it. As after the first lap, Junior Correa obviously sets the fastest lap of the race. Dragons being the only driver to start on the soft tires. He took the gamble and he's saying, I want to make up this track position as quickly as I can. The top 5 all on mediums. As Legacy makes the move on KDM in the back of your screen as these drivers are now battling. Going into turn number 3, it's pretty much single file. We don't see anything just yet. Let's hop on board here with the Aston of KDM. Or with the Aston of Legacy as KDM and Skarthers battling it out. KDM was next to Legacy going through turn number 3. We don't have any spins. We don't have any action as I say this. Z-Manners going around the outside of Kaos Corrupted. He's going to make a stick to 2 bump wheels. Z-Manners going to leave it on the inside. Can he get the move done? Still staying wheel to wheel through turns 7 and 8. Are they going to touch? Are we going to see a spin? No, we're not. There may be a spin at the back of the field as it looks like it's going to be the other AlphaTauri of THR Marzi. THR Marzi has spun. What a horrible start to the race for the AlphaTauri team. As both of their drivers have dropped pretty much to the back of the field. Silencer sets the fastest lap with a 107.4 on those medium tires as he is chasing down the rear wing of Junior Correa. As DRS activates, we'll see him dump the battery. Let's ride on board here with him. As I hop to Junior Correa, actually. And we can see Silencer clear past into the hairpin. And that is going to be the race lead here for Silencer where he was before. But Junior Correa is going to come back at him with DRS here into turn number 4. Is he going to be able to get the pace to make the move stick? He's going to go down the inside. Just a little bit of a dummy. So Silencer is going to hold on to the lead that he just got in turn 3 as Pucky Blitz already has a 3-second time penalty. As we date back about a month and a half now to the actual F1 race in Austria, there were track limit penalties aplenty. And if we pay attention to the timing screen, we have yellow flags. Who is that for? And it seems to have cleared itself up. That might have been the Ferrari of Ellie. Let's ride on board here with our man, normally in the booth, Donut Puncher. Started at the back of the field, working his way up into P12 already. So good race so far here from the Donut Puncher. If he's able to score some points on his debut this season, that's going to be quite impressive here as he goes defensive into turn 1 from his teammate King Hamilton. Is King Hamilton going to park it? No, he's not. He's going to stay behind his teammate. These two should work together and try to work their way through the field. As under braking, going into turn 3, Z-Manners and Kaos Corrupted going side by side. The two have already collided once this race, but they're going to be able to stay clean this time as Kaos Corrupted coming back at him going into turn 4. You can see just how much battery Kaos Corrupted has already used as he is sitting on 20%. Gets back ahead of Z-Manners, but these two really need to work together as TV1 Man makes a move on Skarthers, bringing his Red Bull up into P6. So good start for the Red Bull duo in P4 and P6 as it stands. Dragon's going to be looking to make up a couple more places in the Aston Martin as Von Bombedo has already crashed and we've got a full safety car. We've got a full safety car. What happened to the McLaren of Von Bombedo? As his race is already over and we have our first safety car of the day. Prem going to be diving into the box, possibly looking for a set of those hard compound tires, hopefully not for a front wing. Ellie's going to be jumping into the pits. And as it is right now, the Donut Puncher, after starting in P18, is running up in the points in P9. So let's go Donut. Jumping out of the booth, hopping in a car, and he's currently running pretty darn well as it stands. Let's take a look at the position changes as it stands to this point. The big winner at this point is the Donut Puncher, moving from P18 to P9. Dragons jumped up from P16 where he started to P8. After that, just a few positions here and there. Big losers as it stands is Bucky, who jumped the start and got a drive-through penalty. He's running in P13. Prem had to pit already, and I'm hoping he's going to be on the hard tires at this point. No, he's blocked for a new set of medium, so maybe he was looking for a new front wing. Maybe something happened that we did not see, and he had to get a new front wing on that, on his Haas. At least this first lap, he wasn't sitting on his side, pinned up against a barrier. So Silencer leads from Junior Correa and Kaos Corrupted as we are under the first safety car of the race here on lap 6. Safety car came out last lap when the McLaren of Von Badel seemingly got spun into a wall coming out of what looked like turn 8. And Bucky Blitz is now out of the session. Did he retire? No, his car is still going. No, it's not. Bucky Blitz is out of the session. What is happening? As connection issues aplenty up to this point. And Bucky says he was desynced, and it seems like he has retired. His driver has retired from the race. Yes, he has. His driver has retired from the race and said, "This is enough. I'm going to go take a much-needed rest." As we're on lap 6 here under safety car conditions, already here in the Austrian Grand Prix. We're going to hope that once this clears up, we're going to be able to stay green for a good stretch of time. As racing action around this track is not hard to come by. Again, as I mentioned in qualifying, very short, very tight track where we'll see a lot of DRS trains that these drivers are able to keep it clean and work with each other to get past the surrounding cars. And with the 3 DRS zones on this track, you're able to really keep together and keep clumped up pretty well as a group. As we anxiously await the safety car to enter the pits so we can go green again. The drivers currently just trying to keep their car up to temperature as much as they can. Everybody will be sitting on pretty much a full battery, if not a completely full battery. And the safety car is going to be coming in this lap, so we will be going green here in about 4 corners time. We see Silencer weaving his Haas at the front of the grid, keeping all the temperatures he can into his tires. When will he release the field? Excuse me. When will he release the field? And Scarthers picks up a 5-second penalty for ignoring a yellow flag, and we've got a car off in the back. That's going to be THR Marzi. Marzi's off the track in the back of the field. So trying to keep his tires warm, it seems as though he's spun himself out, and he's down to the back of the field. And Silencer releases the grid as we go through turn 10. And he got a big jump on Junior Correa. He's already pulled out 7/10 as we head down the main straight. Silencer ahead of Junior Correa, ahead of Kaos Corrupted, rounds out the top 3. Z-Manners in 4th, KDM 5th, our race winner from Spa last weekend. TV 1-man in 6th, Scarthers 7th. He picked up a 5-second penalty right at the end of that safety car. And if you look at the back of your screen, we have the Williams of Crazy Carter, Murex, and Prem battling on the safety car restart, but we're going to stay on board here and hop on board with the TV 1-man as he's trying to make a move around the outside of KDM. He's not going to be able to make it stick. Prem gets around Crazy Carter going into turn number 3. Good move by him under braking. And is TV 1-man going to be able to make it a move down the inside in turn 4? No, he's not. He's going to stay the wiser and stay behind KDM, but he should be able to get something done here on those medium compound tires, as those should have much more pace at this stage of the race compared to the hards on the Alpine. Keeping an eye in front as Dragons making a move on Scarthers, really trying to make the most of those soft compound tires. We'll be seeing him come in here in the next couple laps or so to get rid of those things and get on to most likely the hards. He might be on a 2-stop looking for the mediums, but we're unsure at this time. Z-Manners chomping at the bit and on the rear wing of Kaos Corrupted. TV1 Man picks up a 3-second penalty for track limits as KDM goes wide. There might have been a tap between TV and KDM, but there is no penalty as it stands, so TV1 Man will move up into 5th place. KDM now has to defend from Dragons, who looks to go down the outside on the soft tires, but KDM is going to shut the door closed and seemingly at this point stay ahead of Dragons, but for how long? Those soft compound tires are just coming into themselves, especially because of the safety car. Those softs are going to have a little bit more life as Dragons runs into the back of KDM, and now it's an absolute massacre. 5 cars coming close to each other. Donut Puncher almost getting collected in that, but he's going to be trying to make a look on KDM. On the inside, is Donut going to go for a move here in turn 8? No, he's not. And this train of cars here, as KDM picks up a 3-second time penalty. So he's trying to regain, and he just gets smacked in the face with a black and white flag for track limits as DRS has been enabled. Silencer crosses the line again, and we look at the front. No, Donut! Donut Puncher is spun. He's spun out coming through the final corner, and that's an AlphaTauri. That's Mirek, who just ran into the wall. It doesn't look like he has damage, though. But Donut Puncher, it was going so well for him. And then coming out of the final corner, his Mercedes spins round. So hopefully we'll be able to see him make some more moves and get back up to where he was. We want to see Donut Puncher in the points here in his first race. He cheers us on all the time. Why don't we cheer him on as well? Come on, Donut. Hop back on board here with Z-Manners in the Red Bull. Still just inches and feet behind the Ferrari of Kaos Corrupted. The front of the grid really hasn't changed much as we have a spin in the back of the field. That's going to be Crazy Carter. Crazy Carter's Williams is facing the wrong direction. Caution flags are out, but we will not have a safety car or any kind of shenanigans like that. As we ride on board here with Kaos Corrupted, looking to go defensive here from Z-Manners. Z-Manners is going to have the DRS, so will Kaos Corrupted, thanks to Junior Correa dropping very low. So we'll really try to see if Z-Manners is going to go for it. He's trying to utilize the battery. Is he going to send it down the inside into turn 3? He's going to go to the outside. But Kaos Corrupted shuts the door very nicely. Good defensive racing here, as these 3 cars are really going to be fighting. We'll hop on now with Kaos Corrupted as he looks to make a move down the inside on Junior Correa, and Kaos Corrupted going into the braking zone is going to be cleanly into P3. What a move by the Ferrari driver to put his Scarlet Red Ferrari in P2, but Silencer at this point just running away with the race. As what is going on back here? Prem and Scarthers going side by side, and Prem's going to come out the better in this situation. Those two bounce back and forth between P9 and P10 in turn number 4, so I was thinking maybe one of them might have collided, but it seems as though they've managed to keep it mostly clean and keep it all together. But with the lack of speed coming out of the final sector, here comes THR Marzi down the inside of Scarthers. He's going to force him wide off the track, and Marzi's going to get the move cleanly done going onto the front straight, and we can see as Dragons diving into the box, looking to get rid of these soft compound tires. He's done with them. It's going to be the mediums. So Dragons seemingly going for a 2-stop here, going onto the mediums as King Hamilton picks up a 3-second penalty for track limits. So far, we've already seen 4 or 5 drivers picking up penalties for track limits. Crazy Carter outboxing this lap, picking up a new set of the soft tires. Just at this point, trying to stay on the lead lap as we'll hop back on board with this gaggle of 3 cars in Kaos Corrupted, Z-Manners, and Junior Correa, as they are all within 1 second. And just battling and fighting as Donut Puncher and Ellie going back and forth. Let's hop on board with them as Donut Puncher down the inside. He's going to stay in P12. Let's ride along with him as he's trying to defend from the Scarlet Red Ferrari of Ellie, as Kaos Corrupted is trying to defend from the Red Bull of Z-Manners, as we have a car that's going to be Scarthers. Scarthers is spun out going through turn number 7. And Scarthers was going so well. Is going to drop. nearly to the back of the field, but he will be in P15 when all things are said and done if he pits for a new set of tires. Ellie trying to go down the inside on Donut Puncher. Donut's going to defend very nicely through turn 1, and he's going to maintain his P11 position. But as I say this, let's hop on board back here with Z-Manners and Kaos Corrupted going side by side into turn number 4. Kaos Corrupted on the inside. Is he going to be able to get the move done onto Z-Manners? These two are still side by side. They've been side by side since we hop back on board with them. Are they going to touch? We've already seen them touch 1 or 2 times already. They're not going to touch this time, but Kaos Corrupted trying to park his car on the outside line. Is he going to be able to make it stick? Z-Manners is going to keep the place. And these two are still going side by side as we go into Sector 3. Neither one is going to budge. Are we going to have any contact going to the final sector? Surely we're going to have something as Kaos Corrupted loses the rear a little bit. But they don't touch. And Junior Correa is going to dive into the box. He's not happy with how those medium tires are going to feel at this point in the race. I mean, he is going to throw on a set of, we'll keep an eye on what he goes on to. As it may be, it's another set of the mediums. Junior Correa goes for another set of the mediums as Kaos Corrupted looking to make a move on Z-Manners, but Z-Manners defending his position quite nicely here. Legacy moves up on Prem in the DRS zone to P6. Nice race so far from Legacy. Let's take another look at the position changes as it stands in this race. So Donut Puncher running back in the points again as he's battling with Ellie. Let's hop on board with the Donut Puncher, as he's now under attack from Murex. Giovanni, Donut Puncher defending nicely down the outside. He's going to keep Murex behind him for the time being, but for how much longer? Because Murex has not had the best race up to this point. And Donut Puncher's chomping on the rear wing of Ellie. Donut Puncher going after Ellie like it is a baked good on a Friday night. As we have a spin, and just as we were talking about him, Murex has spun. Murex has spun again in the same part of the track he spun before. So his race has just gone from bad to worse. Oh my goodness, as we ride on with Donut Puncher. Looking to try and make up as much of a gap as he can to Ellie. And try to get back up into the points. As Junior Correa on those fresh, fast, medium tires just says, "Thank you, sir." And he's going to be looking on them inside as he's just going to be clear ahead going into the braking zone of Ellie. Nice double move in the DRS zone for Junior Correa. Those brand new medium tires proving to be working well for him as he's already gained at least 3 places back to where he was from he pit. Next car on the docket for him is going to be the Mercedes of King Hamilton. And you can see just how much grip Junior Correa has as he is flying through the field at this point. He's made 3 overtakes just in the last sector and a half. And this really might make the front few pull the trigger. And as I say that, Silencer and Kaos Corrupted and TV1 Man all diving into the pits. Z-Manner's going to stay on track, and he's going to take the lead of this race. Let's see what these drivers go on to. Silencer onto the hards. What of Kaos Corrupted? Hard tires as well, and TV1 Man also jumping onto the hard compound tires as Junior Correa sets the fastest lap of the 106.991. Just to show how much he was flying, he's undercut everybody, and he's already ahead of Silencer. Silencer, who just came into pit, Junior Correa pitted a few laps before, but he's in the net lead of this race. And Silencer has to play the game of how long are my hard tires going to take to warm up. Luckily, he has the DRS to try and stay within that 1 second window of Junior Correa. You can also see that Silencer has a huge ERS advantage as Scarter sets the fastest lap of the 106.941 on those soft tires. Those aren't going to get him anywhere near the end, so he's going to have to make at least one more stop. And Silencer making those hard tires work, and he has a huge ERS advantage, so we'll really see what he's able to do as Z-Manners dives into the pits. What tires is he going to be going on to here? It's going to be the white striped hard tires. So everybody in the front of the field is going to be running the hard tires. KDM inherits the race lead. Still needs to make a pit stop. With Marzi in second, Legacy in third, Prem in fourth. But Junior Correa currently has the straight line speed to keep ahead of Silencer. Silencer may not be pushing as he is pushing on this straight. As you can see that flashing red light on the back of the Williams, he's going to dive down the inside on the straight, and he's clear ahead by a good 3 to 4 tenths going into the braking zone of turn number 3. So good managing of his ERS so far for Silencer. He's back in the net lead of this race. And you can see just how much the undercut has paid off for Junior Correa as he's right along with Silencers. We saw these two battling last lap. And Z-Manners and Kaos Corrupted going at it again. These two have been going at it almost every time I put my screen on them. They're just side by side going through this section of track, and hopefully nothing is going to happen between the two. Hopefully nothing will come. And as we see this, Kaos Corrupted, not Junior Correa, Kaos Corrupted is able to pull a nice little tidy gap in front. Just 3 tenths at this point. But he's able to maintain his position as TV1 Man going into turn number 9 is just going to go down the inside on Donut Puncher. Donut Puncher dropping to P11. TV1 Man trying to bank up some places again. As Legacy in the pits now. What tires are we going to see on the Aston Martin? It's going to be the white striped hards. The other Mercedes of King Hamilton jumping into the box, throwing on a set of the fresh hard tires. Ooh, excuse me, my goodness. As once again, Kaos Corrupted and Z-Manners battling it out down into turn number 3. Kaos Corrupted is going to get the move done, and he's going to get the DRS. So he has the advantage of that extra 10 to 12 mile an hour of pace on the Ferrari. And he is going to easily maintain P6 as it stands through that corner. But as we look, Silencer's already gotten past his teammate, Prem. And Prem is playing a very nice team game at this point. His car is parked on the racing line, and he is just holding up Junior Correa. And it's really going to frustrate Junior Correa, as it's hurting his tires more than it's hurting anything else. We see Prem diving into the box, but he's already played the team game here for Silencer, as Silencer goes to make a move on THR Marzi down the inside. And Marzi does not stand a chance on those much older tires, and Silencer moves up into P2. He is in the net lead of the race for whenever KDM and Marzi come into the pit. We may see them just be waiting for a safety car with where we are in the race at this point, as Marzi's trying to come back at Silencer, but Silencer maintains that car on the inside line and holds on to P2 into the second DRS zone on this lap of Crazy Carter. Picks up a 3-second time penalty. Let's take a quick look here at the penalties so far in this race. Crazy Carter with 6 seconds of penalties, presumably for track limits, as in Sector 3. What's going on? As I'm talking about him, it's the caster curse. Crazy Carter has spun coming out of the final corner, and his race has just gone from bad to worse. Already running at the back, and he's spun once again. So we look at it. KDM has a 3-second time penalty. Marzi has a 3-second time penalty. TV1 Man running close with Dragons, just a cool 1.8 seconds back as a 3-second time penalty. King Hamilton has a 3-second time penalty, and as I just mentioned, Crazy Carter with a 3-second time penalty. Of the drivers still on track, Donut Puncher and KDM are the two who have yet to stop. Donut has done 19 laps on a set of mediums, so he is making those tires really enjoy what he's doing with them. As Z-Manners and Kaos Corrupted again going at it. Z-Manners down the outside. Is he going to be able to get past the Scarlet Red Ferrari? No, he's not. Kaos Corrupted defending his position with his life, as Z-Manners is just coming at him pretty much out of every DRS zone. Right on the rear wing. Let's ride on board with the Red Bull of Z-Manners as he's trying to push past the Ferrari and get himself up into the podium places, as KDM is finally jumping into the box to get rid of those hard tires. He's made them last. They've done their job. They've done their duty. And it's time for him to throw on a set of the mediums and see what kind of track position he's going to have. As Z-Manners down the front straight, he's going to play DRS chicken with him. He's going to tell Kaos Corrupted, here, you can have the place. I'm just going to get you on the next one. As he goes down the inside with the DRS, he's going to have the extra pace advantage. And he should be at least cleanly ahead. No, he's still alongside, and he's still playing DRS chicken with him. He's just taking DRS in every section of the track. But as this goes on, Junior Correa and Silencer are just pulling more and more of a gap as Marzi picks up another 3-second time penalty. And Z-Manners isn't able to get the move done. So it makes me wonder, maybe he's on a higher downforce setup, so he just doesn't have the straight line speed to get past the Ferrari. Even with the DRS, so Kaos Corrupted doing a great job of defending his P3 here. As we have 15 laps to go here in the Austrian Grand Prix, featuring 1 safety car, 2 DNFs as it stands. Unfortunately for Bucky Blitz, it seems as though his AI was the one who ended his race after he lagged out of the lobby, so unfortunate on his end. And we have that as we have yellow flags coming through sector 3. Who was it? Can we tell? Okay, may have just been a car going off a little bit, but we don't have any spins, so we go back on board here with Z-Manners. This is the closest fight on the field. Kaos Corrupted down the inside. He's gonna be able to defend again from Z-Manners. The onslaught from Z-Manners against Kaos Corrupted's Ferrari is just every lap. These two are just going at it back and forth. KDM is gonna put a move onto Donut Puncher. Donut Puncher running in P8. He's running quite well. Still needs to pit. His medium tires are gonna be screaming at him at this point. They've got to be just begging for a nice tire blanket on a beach somewhere. But a great race so far from Donut Puncher, running in P8 as it stands after starting at the back of the field in P18. Hopefully he's going to be able to score some good points here as KDM picks up a 3-second time penalty. I believe that is his second 3-second time penalty for track limits, as we might finally be seeing Donut Puncher jumping into the pits for a new set of tires. Yes, he is. Donut Puncher coming into the box. What kind of tires is he going to throw onto his Mercedes as KDM sets the fastest lap of the race of, I believe, a 106.4, and Prem gets a 3-second time penalty. So just as in the real race, 3-second penalties galore, and Donut Puncher going for the gamble. He's going to throw on the soft tires. It's a bit of a delay coming out of the pits, but he will have the tire advantage on most of these cars for at least a little bit to make up some of that track position that he lost. He's going to come out in P13 as we have Dragons and TV1 Man battling coming out of turn 4, and Kaos Corrupted and Z-Manners again. These two are just side by side, but Z-Manners has finally been able to get the move done that he's been trying to get done for pretty much this entire race. And he moves that Red Bull up into the podium places. We'll see if he's able to play the team game here and back up Kaos Corrupted a little bit to help out his teammate. His teammate, TV1 Man, as the gap is starting to close between the second Red Bull of TV1 Man and Kaos Corrupted. But Kaos Corrupted is going to be getting the advantage of that DRS in all 3 of the next straights. His Legacy picks up a 3-second time penalty for track limits. He's going to be trying to... Kaos Corrupted is going to be trying to extend the gap on TV1 Man as he's going to look to go down the inside. It's going to be a little bit of a dummy, try to make Z-Manners make a mistake and go defensive. But he is right on the rear wing of that Red Bull as I keep hopping on board with P1. The Kaos Corrupted goes down the inside, going into turn 4, under braking, locks the tires a little bit. But he's able to stay ahead and retake control of P3 in this race with a mere 3/10 gap. TV1 Man still sitting at a solid 1.8 second disadvantage to his teammate. He's going to be trying to close that up and get into the DRS to make 2 become 4. As SRT Silencer has pulled a comfortable 3.8 second advantage over Junior Correa at this point, and Junior Correa's tires are not going to be happy with him in the upcoming laps, as he's already done 11 laps on those mediums, as Kaos Corrupted has a big spin, and the two collide. It's going to be the Red Bull of Z-Manners hitting into the side of Kaos Corrupted, and this is going to open the door here for TV1 Man, and TV1 Man is going to jump up into P3, so he takes advantage of the disadvantageous situation of Kaos Corrupted spinning, and TV1 Man is going to move into the podium places. So we have a car off in Sector 3. That is going to be Crazy Carter once again, and his race just continues to spiral downhill and out of control. But TV1 Man up into the podium places, sitting 3 seconds behind Junior Correa as Dragons and Z-Manners now battling it out. Going through Sector 3, these two have not ran into each other just yet. Kaos Corrupted was able to regain a little bit of time. He's running in P7. Unfortunate that he spun coming out of Turn 1. It looks like he might have caught just a little bit too much of that outside curb as Z-Manners has damage. Z-Manners is going to be coming into the pits here, presumably for a new front wing and a fresh set of the soft tires. And Junior Correa as well coming into pit. He's not happy with those mediums anymore. He's going to be going on to the softs. So Silencer now with a 7.2 second lead, and TV1 Man, who started I believe 15 on the grid, or maybe P9. I don't remember exactly where he started. Where did he start? TV1 Man started in P9 on the grid. He's up into second. Dragons, who served a quali ban, is running in P3 in the final podium place. And he's on another old set of medium tires, so we'll see if he needs to make another stop. As, again, who's that? Crazy Carter has gone off. Crazy Carter's race continues to worsen as he is spun again coming out of turn number 7. So things just keep getting bad to worse for the Williams, or going from bad to worse for the Williams driver, as he is now at 1 full lap down. We'll hop on board now with Junior Correa on those soft compound tires. As Dragons, again, another driver who boxed early for the mediums, not happy with where they're going to be. And he's going to jump into the pits for a set of the fresh soft tires. Going to try to make up as much track position as he can. He's probably going to come out right around. He's going to come out in between Z-Manners and Marzi. As we can see, Z-Manners coming down the front straight now. No, he's actually going to come out ahead of Z-Manners, so he gets the better of him. Z-Manners unfortunately had to change his front wing after the collision with Kaos Corrupted. And as I say that, Kaos Corrupted, he's running back and forth again. So after spinning, colliding, and facing the wrong way for a good 5, maybe more seconds, he's back up into P4. KDM, last week's race winner, running in P3, and TV1 Man in second place behind current championship leader Silencer. And the gap between TV1 Man and Silencer is closing. Last I checked, it was 1 second now, or it was 7.7. Now it's 6.7. As we have yellow flags everywhere, and they're gone just as quickly as they came. The most unfortunate thing for TV1 Man is, even if he were to catch up to Silencer and make a move, he would have to pull a 3-second gap to win this race. I believe KDM also has a 6-second penalty. As Junior Correa, that's the fastest lap of the race with a 106.063. No, KDM has 6 seconds of penalties, so TV1 Man can be 3 seconds behind KDM, and he will still finish ahead of him due to that 6 seconds of penalties. So it's looking, if everything stands the way it is now, Silencer is just going to drive off into the distance with this race. TV1 Man will hold on to second place. And KDM, who is already over 6 seconds from Kaos Corrupted, will finish in third. But if Kaos Corrupted is able to close this gap, he may be able to salvage a podium out of this after spinning coming out of turn 1 just a few laps ago on the aging hard compound tires. But as we look at this, the gap behind that Scarlet Ferrari is closing and closing as Junior Correa on those softs really trying to make the best of them. And that gap is closing, and it's tense every sector that it's closing. The gap on the exit of turn 10 was 1.3. It's already down to 1.1 seconds. He's not going to get DRS on this straight, but he may get DRS on the next straight. As we have yellow flags, and who is that on the front straight? It is the Williams of Crazy Carter again. Crazy Carter having all sorts of issues as his Williams goes spinning, and he's now facing the wrong way down the pit lane. He's got to get out of there as Marzi is looking to come out of the pits. And there goes our man of the hour, Donut Puncher, in P10. So he's running a fantastic race to this point, and he's looking to get a points finish here. And something must have happened with Kaos Corrupted as I was watching Donut Puncher pull into the podium places, or into the points places, my apologies, as Junior Correa has flown by Kaos Corrupted, and now KDM has another problem on his tail. And it's going to be the Williams of Junior Correa on a fresh set of soft tires, absolutely hauling around each and every corner of the Red Bull Ring here with 6 laps to go. Is he going to be able to get into that 6-second gap and push KDM, last week's race winner, off of the podium? But the gap as it stands from P1 to P2 is 7.5 seconds as Dragons making a move on Prem on the straight, and Marzi picks up a 3-second time penalty once again for track limits. Dragon's going to get by Prem on the front straight, and his teammate Legacy just pulling away and being a little booger, as he won't give his teammate a little bit of that helping DRS to get him out of the DRS, to get him away from Prem. But Prem seemingly does not have the straight line speed to keep up with the Aston. As we hop on board here with KDM, just barely trying to be in the 1 second window of TV1 Man to get DRS, as Junior Correa is still pushing back up at him. He's within that 6 second window. KDM knows he's got to get a move on. He's got to get that Alpine further ahead of the Williams of Junior Correa with 5 laps to go. Try and get out of that 6 second window to maintain this podium position. But with the pace that Junior Correa has been showing, I'm not sure that's going to be possible, as he's just had so much pace, and Dragons around the outside on the front straight with DRS is going to get by Legacy Games with the fresh soft tires. The hard tires not working well for Legacy, as he has a big snap coming out of turn 1. He's going to get DRS down this straight, so he may be able to stay out of the DRS of Prem, and he is. But the two Astons currently running in 6th and 7th will be good points this weekend for Aston Martin, trying to pull a little bit closer to the rest of the field in terms of the championship. And once again, an unfortunate spin for Crazy Carter, as he has struggled immensely this race. I believe that is his 5th or 6th spin. He still has not retired. And as we are going on about this and babbling about a car that's spinning, KDM is in the DRS and within 2/10 of TV1 Man with the faster medium tires. Is he going to be able to get the move done going into turn number 3? We're rear wing wide open down the outside. Here comes KDM, and he's going to be fully ahead and under braking. And he is going to move his Alpine up into P2 provisionally. He still has those time penalties to be served, as we have another spin in Sector 3 that looks like it's going to be the AlphaTauri of THR Marzi and the Williams of Crazy Carter. Everybody is spinning, and Crazy Carter trying to get his car turned around. He's got to look out. His silencer's coming through that part of the track right now, and Crazy Carter was still facing the wrong way. So the gap now from KDM to Silencer staying at a comfortable 7.3 seconds, as Silencer crosses the line for 3 laps to go. Or 4 laps to go, my apologies. I don't remember what I was going to say, but KDM already starting to pull an advantage over the TV1 Man. TV1 Man with DRS trying to make it work as best as he can, but those hard tires don't seem to be very happy with him, as he's struggling for grip on entry and on the exit of all these corners. And KDM is just able to keep TV1 Man at arm's length. TV1 Man trying to hold on to a good podium and point scoring finish for the Red Bull team, as Z-Manners pulls himself up into P8. He was running up in P3 battling Kaos Corrupted for the longest time, and then he had an unfortunate situation where Kaos spun and Z-Manners just drove right into the side of him and had to go in and change his front wing, which dropped him from running in P3 down all the way down to P8, where he stands now in a tight battle with Prem, who's still within the DRS range. And Junior Correa is absolutely flying, as we will now hop on board with him. Who do we got? We've got yellow flags again. Is that... I'm not even going to take a gamble at who that was, or take a thought of it. We're going to ride on board here with TV1 Man trying to catch up to KDM, as Kaos Corrupted dives into the pits to get rid of those hard tires and throw on a set of the softs. Maybe he's going to go for the fastest lap of the race. Yeah, he throws on a set of the softs. He may be trying to go for the fastest lap and steal that point away from Junior Correa, but with the pace he's shown, I think that lap is probably going to stick. King Hamilton picks up a 3-second time penalty for track limits. Not as many as the real F1 race, but quite a few drivers with track limit penalties. 9 seconds apiece for THR Marzi and Crazy Carter. 6 seconds for King Hamilton and for KDM. and 3 seconds for TV1 Man, Legacy, Prem, Kaos Corrupted, and Scarthers. So looking at the gaps, as if the race ended right now, TV1 Man will be in second. KDM will drop to P4. Never mind. Now things are really going to get spicy between these two as TV1 Man picks up his second 3-second time penalty for track limits. Z-Manners picks up another one as things for Red Bull are starting to spiral out of control here in the last 2 laps of this race. As now, TV1 Man has to make the move done on the track. He has to get past KDM if he wants to try and secure P2 of this race. And we have the Williams of Crazy Carter going off once again in Sector 2. Oh my goodness, this race is going from bad to worse. Scarthers and King Hamilton in a tight-knit battle going through Sector 3. Scarthers pulling away now at this point on the fresher, I believe those were soft compound tires. No, on the medium compound tires, and King Hamilton's old hard's not happy at all. As we are still going to ride on board here with KDM as he is trying to defend from the onslaught of TV1 Man. TV1 Man with a slight ERS advantage, not by much. Legacy picks up another 3-second time penalty. I believe that's 6 seconds for him. That would drop him 2 places behind Z-Manners and Prem. But as we enter the final lap of this race, TV1 Man and KDM battling down the front straight. Is TV1 Man going to send it? No, he's going to try and save that move into turn number 3. DRS, you see the rear wing on that Red Bull fly open. Let's ride on board here with him as he's going, weaving back and forth across. Is he going to go down the inside? He's going to try to, and he's going to play DRS check-in with him and then send it down the inside after getting the detection zone. He goes wide. Is he going to be able to hold on to it? Yes, he is, because KDM also went wide. And TV1 Man's going to get the DRS, and he's going to be able to stay ahead going into the braking zone. And for the final sector, going around the Red Bull Ring for the final time, we will ride on board with the Haas of Silencer. And was that? That was! KDM spun! KDM spun, and that puts Junior Correa into the podium places. But coming through the final 2 corners now, it was heartbreak for him in Belgium in the wet conditions after a great race. But in the day and in the sun here in Austria, Silencer is going to win the Austrian Grand Prix. What a race from Silencer. TV1 Man, after starting P9 on the grid, is going to come across and finish in second on track. But Junior Correa is going to jump him because of penalties. And Dragons is also going to jump him as well. So Junior Correa and Dragons jump TV1 Man at the line due to penalties. KDM will finish in 5th. Z-Manners 6th. Prem 7th. Legacy in 8th. Kaos Corrupted crosses the line in 9th, but will drop to P10 behind the man of the hour, the Donut Puncher, finishing his Wednesday Throwdown F1 debut in P9. What a race from Donut Punch after starting in the back row of the grid, in dead last actually. And he finishes P9, but what a drive from Silencer. He got off the line well. He had a couple tight fights before the safety car, but after the safety car, he just drove away with this race. What a drive. What a drive from some of these drivers, and what a race. What a race here in Spielberg. Exciting pretty much all throughout. Cars going side by side nearly the entire race. Plenty of hot racing action to go around. And Haas will be very happy with the outcome of this one, as Silencer will extend his championship lead with this 25-point finish, or this 25-point result in this race. Let's take a quick look at the drivers' standings as they are right now, as I pull it up. So Silencer will extend his advantage over KDM. Bukowski, who was unable to compete in this race, is going to lose out on a couple points here. Not too many, as Marzi did not finish very well. Dragons did. He's going to jump him in the standings. But Silencer will extend his lead with his second win on the season up to this point here in the 4th race. So what an exciting Austrian Grand Prix we had here. Plenty of racing action, plenty of fun to be had, and plenty of exhilarating battles that we were able to witness. Friday Night Lights is off this week. We are having a short little mid-season break, as you would call it. But join us next week for Friday Night Lights around... Let me pull up the calendar real quick. I need to remember what is the next race. As it is going to be Friday Night Lights on August 18th at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time around Saudi Arabia and the circuit of Jeddah. So thank you all for joining us here on the Wednesday Throwdown F1 series. It was an exhilarating and a breathtaking Austrian Grand Prix. We hope to see you guys back here next Friday for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix of Friday Night Lights. Thank you for joining us again. This is Curtis Kaos signing off, and thank you for joining us.